Today I'm bringing to you my in-depth thoughts on the very anticipated release. Been on pre-order for a little while. A lot of people have gotten their hands on travel size decants and samples, and the pre-orders, from what I understand, were crazy. There were so many. A lot of you got your hands on this already, and today we're going to talk about Zaharoff Signature ROSÉ. So stay tuned. As always, we're going to start off with the presentation, and this box is something to write home about. So you can see the evolution of the house and of the fragrances with every single one of these plates that gets released with a new fragrance. Has this rose pattern that just has so many layers to it in depth. It's actually embossed. It's a metallic. This shade of red is just gorgeous. Signature ROSÉ, size of the fragrance 60 ml, 2 fluid ounces. Zaharoff Z, and then the expected Z's, floating Z's going all the way around. You do have a gold, you do have a silver that signifies Royale and Noir, the 2 previous flankers. Then that pattern just continues to go around the box. Fragrance information in that metallic burgundy colored red, and of course they are 2-piece boxes with that metallic burgundy red on the interior for the box. Then talking about this bottle. So it is the standard 2-ounce Zaharoff bottle. Difference here is you have Zaharoff and the logo Signature ROSÉ in red, and you do have a matte red cap, black Z embossed. They do hold into place. Then you have Zaharoff, some more fragrance information on the bottom on that sticker. And like I said, it holds into place. So a lot of people want to pull and pull and pull. The easiest way to take the caps off, you just twist. It pops right off. There is the seal where it seats perfectly for when you click it in. Then if I can get the light to work with me a little bit, you can see the Z on the inside as well. Has his usual atomizer. Let's get into this scent. So before I jump too far into the scent, obviously George is a very good friend of mine. I did do a fragrance with Zaharoff. That does not mean there's going to be bias. The fragrance is incredible, as you'll see by what I have to say and what others are saying about it as well. So yes, it was sent to me for review, but you have to remember, Zaharoff only makes world-class products. So let's talk about this scent. So I'll get the card on screen. Let's go with the official note breakdown, which is, you'll see this card on screen from the website. So this was created by Master Perfumer Claude Deer, same gentleman that created my fragrance. It's an Oriental Floral Eau de Parfum concentration. In the top, you're looking at Turkish Rose, Rose Auto, which is a Bulgarian Rose Absolute. In the heart, you're looking at Gold Amber, Jasmine, Red Peony, and a double up of that Bulgarian Rose Absolute. And on the bottom, on the dry down, the base, you're looking at Sandalwood, Vanilla Bean, Sugarcane, Oud, Myrrh, and Olibanum Tears / Frankincense, which is the signature Pour Homme thumbprint. So it is the signature Pour Homme base. The reason this, which I'm sure a lot of you are asking, why is it $145 when the others are $95 or $115 or whatever? So this Turkish Rose Flora Absolute oil is apparently one of the most expensive oils on the planet, and the Bulgarian Rose Absolute that was used as well really hiked up the creation price for this fragrance. So that's why, George, those of you that pre-ordered got a deal on it, because the regular price moving forward is $145 now. So you can check on the website. He explains why the price increase, just so you guys know. Now, when you get this one in the opening, I'm actually going to spray this one because I can't get enough of it. I've worn it 4 times already since I got it in the last few days. So I don't even have to get it close to the skin because it's loud. We'll touch on performance in a little bit. But in the most simplest way to put this, a lot of people don't care for rose fragrances. I get that. Even someone that doesn't like a rose fragrance, which I've talked to a lot of people that that's the case, can be wowed by this and can appreciate this creation. It's that good. This is the best fragrance George Zaharoff has ever put on the market. My opinion, some will absolutely agree with me, and some may not. I'm a big fan of Signature Pour Homme, though I like Royale and I like Noir. Signature Pour Homme was still my favorite from the house. You got to exclude the Z Creators collection because that's a limited time thing. I'm talking long-term fragrances from the house of Zaharoff. This stuff is incredible. So you get this super fresh, deep rose up top, and the olibanum tears, this frankincense that's used, is here from start to finish because the heart of this fragrance is rose incense. When George was creating this fragrance, he actually, and I don't know what the hell happened to the bag, he sent me a bag of rose incense to show me what the premise was for his idea for this fragrance. And I was floored by how it smelled. And he told me, Ross, this is going to be something completely different than I've ever done before. And it absolutely is, because it's a men's rose fragrance. Because there's a lot of masculine notes here with that olibanum, the resinous myrrh. I don't really get a lot of the oud. There's a darker woody nuance in the background in the dry down. That, I'm assuming, is the oud. But for having sugarcane and notes like that, you would think is going to be super sweet. It's not. It's a nice, supportive, underlying, thick sweetness, but not a sticky or sickeningly sweet type of smell. It never gets overly sweet. Because that rose you get up top, you're getting punched in the nose with rose, you're getting punched in the nose with incense. Like I said, that is the heart and baseline of this fragrance. And as it starts to calm down a little bit, that sweetness starts to rear its head. You get a little bit creamier from the sandalwood. That darkness rears its head early, and then it starts to smooth out a little bit. The myrrh, I find, is more so present in the deep dry down than it is early on, mixing with that little touch of oud. Like I said, I get a darker wood nuance later in the dry down, but early on it's all about the rose and the incense. You do get some sweetness up top, but it's more fresh up top. It's a really fresh, almost watery appeal with the rose. There's a lot of depth here, while not being overly complex. It's not a crazy note breakdown as far as complexity and tons of notes, but you can smell the depth here. You can smell that it wants to really tell you a story without trying to overload your olfactory senses. There's not too much going on. It's not a busy fragrance, but it's not a simple fragrance either. And like I said, as you get into that dry down, the rose is obviously still there because you get a double dose of that Bulgarian Rose Absolute. That is the strongest rose you're going to smell. That fresh rose that you get is that Turkish Rose Flora Absolute that's in there. That's where your freshness, that watery appeal of the rose comes in. The Bulgarian Rose is a little bit more dense. And then it blows my mind how strong the olibanum is in here. I don't know the balance for the percentage of the olibanum that was used in here, but I would say it's a fair amount because it's so present. Apologize for that motorcycle flying by. It's so present from start to finish. And I've never smelled another fragrance like this because of the way the blend is done. This is a sample worthy fragrance. Is it a must buy? I'm not going to put that tag on it because I know rose isn't for everyone, but even if you're not a fan of rose, you need to experience this fragrance to fully understand the brilliance behind this creation. Let's get into performance. So the way I like to describe this performance is it's sneaky strong. Okay, let me tell you a little quick story. So the day I got the fragrance, because I had a decant, it's not the last couple of days isn't the first time I've worn this. I did a little bit of testing early on, and then I had a decant of it when the decants were going around as well. And I got to tell you, I sprayed my wrist after my aftershave had wore off. It was Thursday. Yes, it was Thursday. So Thursday night, my aftershave had wore off after I shaved, got out the shower. I sprayed 2 good sprays across my forearm. You know, smelling, enjoying the aura all through the evening. Next morning, I go to the gym around lunchtime. I could very faintly smell it. Got to dig my nose in. As my body started to heat up, I could smell it all around me again. And this was every bit of 12 or 13 hours later. Maybe even more. It might have been more like 14 hours later. As my skin and my body temperature started to raise, it started projecting like crazy off of my skin from sprays from half a day ago, the previous day. So that's why I say it's sneaky strong. You'll think it's gone, and then something will change with your body's core temperature or whatever have you, a circumstance, a situation, and it's back. If you haven't washed it off yet, it's back. For me, 8 hours is the bare minimum in longevity. This goes anywhere from 8 to 12 hours. I know that's a pretty broad range, but it depends on the situation, because in my experience, if you start to heat up, it comes back like you just sprayed it on. So keep that in mind. Now, in projection, this falls right into what I was talking about with Sneaky Strong. So directly off of skin, it's not overwhelming. It's not going to overpower you. It's potent. You're going to smell yourself the whole day easily. I promise you. There's a nice scent bubble going around you. But the difference here is it's so light and airy while being a dense fragrance that doesn't wear like a dense fragrance. Sneaky Strong. It'll reach out. The core of the aura that you're getting within a few inches, half a foot, that same scent strength can reach 6 feet out, hours in. It has the ability to almost fill a room. This is a very loud fragrance. In my opinion, the loudest fragrance from the House of Zaharoff. Hands down. Much stronger than anything else they've put out. It, like I said, borders room filling in that first 2 to 3 hours. After that, obviously sits a bit close to the skin, but it never wants to calm down and be a complete skin scent for me. And I mean, I'm even talking into the 10-hour mark. And then based off that story I told you, if it hasn't washed off yet, it can come right back like you're 2 hours into the fragrance's wearing and lifespan. This stuff is a sneaky, strong beast. Let's go with my final thoughts. To sum this up, I got to be honest with you. I don't know the fairness of these awards. I don't know the politics behind these awards, but this needs to be nominated. This could be the award-winning fragrance from the House of Zaharoff. My opinion. Several others' opinions as well, because I've had a discussion with multiple people about this. I didn't just come up with that on my own. It's actually someone else that brought it to my attention, and I thought about it, and I said, you know what, you're right. This would be the one to win an award. If there was ever a Zaharoff fragrance that would get nominated for any such award, it's that damn good. If you want to believe me, believe me. If you don't want to believe me, you don't have to. But you should try it. Must try fragrance. If you get your nose on this, you get one of those travel decants, or you get your hand on a bottle, you will completely understand everything I had to say in this video about this fragrance, because it is hands down the best fragrance Zaharoff has put out to date. I'm not saying they won't be able to trump it in the future, but where we stand right now, this is a damn home run. That's masculine. It's the most masculine rose fragrance I've ever smelled because of the darkness of the resins and the smokiness of this incense. It adds that masculine touch, but clearly not a super masculine fragrance where women are going to love this fragrance. It's that good. This is extremely unisex, in my opinion. For a rose fragrance, a little on the masculine side, but for a men's fragrance, definitely not the most masculine fella at the party, but it is wow factor. This is a wow factor. Now then, as promised, I have a bottle that I requested to do a giveaway for you guys. So this is going to be continental United States only. And as always, make sure you like this video. Make sure you subscribe to TLTG Reviews. And then in the comments section, I want you to put TLTG Signature ROSÉ. I understand some of you will forget the little asterisk over the E. That's okay. If it just says rose, I'm not going to disqualify you for that. That's petty little stuff. So TLTG Signature ROSÉ, and you will be entered. I will let this run for about a week. Once the winner's selected, I will pin the winning comment like I do with all my giveaways and respond to that comment to notify the winner. Email me, we'll verify identity, set up shipping, and somebody will get this brand new, still wrapped, I'm not going to mess with the sticker or anything, cellophane wrapped bottle of Zaharoff Signature ROSÉ, so you can understand where I'm coming from with just how damn good this fragrance is. Remember, Continental United States only. Like this video, subscribe to the channel. In the comments, TLTG Signature ROSÉ, and you're entered to win. And until next time, I will say, if you get your hands on Signature ROSÉ and you give it a spray now, I could not be more confident that you'll thank me later. Good luck in the giveaway. Have a good one.